Okay, still at 0. Turn it. Yep. Whoa. Okay, I know I've got all kinds of other projects lined up. There's some cool things in the garage I get to get to. There's a new thing I just got you're going to be interested in, I suppose. But we got to get this car finished up because it's driving me nuts not driving it now and then. So I got to get it safetied. This time I got to get the neutral safety switch sorted out so that it doesn't start in gear. All right, let's go. Okay, so I just kind of decided to do this all of a sudden. So it's been a long time since I looked this up on the internet. So I'm just going to be winging it here. Now I might say some things that are technically wrong that I'll fix up in editing there. I'll throw up little blurbs that explain what it actually is. Like, say, for example, I believe this is B&M Starshifter. I think it's called a Starshifter, made by B&M. And if that's wrong, then I'll just post it up right now. Now, I'm pretty terrible with wiring. This car was completely rewired when it was built by the previous owner, and it was like a wiring kit. And I'll post a picture here of what wiring kit it is. It's kind of cool because the whole manual is hand drawn. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, last one's out. Now what do? I see screws, but I need to get this out of the way, so how's that happen? I think I can probably get this plate up and over. Yeah. All right, that's out of my hair. We're getting into the meat and potatoes here now. Is that a bolt? Is that a, I think that's maybe a screw head, really flush. Looks like it's maybe handmade on the grinder. And a screw back here, and then this can come off. Okay, I grabbed a handful of wrenches, some metric, some imperial. Definitely not 9/16. So it was a half, but of course I didn't bring a half. I was hoping one of these metric. Oh, it's not right, but it's turning it anyway. What's this? 12. I thought I brought a 13. I did. Let's use the right one. 13 mil. Yeah, that's too big, so I'm gonna have to get a 1/2 inch when I put this back on. Wally, what the? That's huge. Look at how they, I'm not sure if you can see that, but the head's almost ground, completely gone to get it to fit underneath. Here we go. Now, what do we got? We do have wires on there. So we got some wires. This is even set up to go for, oops, for a neutral cutout with the little tabs, but no wiring was ever hooked up to them. So isn't this just the neatest instruction manual for the wiring harness? Well, I think that might be typed by a machine. But let's take a look inside. Yeah, all hand drawn, all handwritten by just some old school hot rod guy. Now, how am I supposed to know which one is mine? I think there is a page that says which fuse box is for what car. See, like GM steering column, GM. 16 wires. Well, there's 16 fuses in this block, so it's probably 16 wires. It's probably wiring harness A. So let's see if I can find ignition. Main power. Starter. Purple. Perpy. It's perpy. Alright. Okay, it's on the charger right now, but I got the connection right to the relay for charging the battery through this cable that runs through the trunk. grounded to the engine. So this purple wire is the wire they described, and it's running back through a harness. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Plug has come away from the firewall, so it's not going to seal too well like that. We'll push that back on. Maybe put a little goop on that to seal it up. So yeah, so okay, so then this cable runs in. Oh, there's so many wires up in there, you wouldn't even believe it. I gotta get the shifter out of park. Ooh, I see a purple wire. Oh, I see, the purple wire becomes red at the ignition. I'm just following it with my finger, and it is attached to the key switch. So that's what's going on. I've decided. Can you see where the purple wire is soldered to the red wire? The red wire runs over to the ignition key. So I just, it's funny that there was shrink wrap on it, but I think it wasn't heated very long because it just slid right off to the one side. Or it wasn't intended to be on super tight. Maybe it's just like a protector, so, you know, shrink wrap each end, but just leave the middle. I'm gonna cut that wire. Actually, I'm gonna test it with my meter first. What the? Oh, that's my my USB for music. And now this is in my face. Not too bad now, I'm kind of comfortable. Okay, meter is on. Let's hook the power up to that. Somehow my finger is tied into it. There we go. And then just touch something that's grounded. Make sure it reads 0. Okay, so there's a screw in here, and it is at 0. What can I do? I need third hand. Maybe I can just turn the key with the meter. Okay, still at 0. Turn it. Yep. Whoop. Didn't mean to start the car. It started moving on me. Luckily, I'm in the safety position and was able to turn the key off right away. Okay, it did throw voltage, so I know for sure that that purple wire where it attaches to the red is the starter relay wire. So I probably don't have any connectors in the toolbox. I'm always scavenging for them. Oh. Oh. Woo. That was easy. Oh, my bandana. I think they call these, we'll say, bullet connectors. And I've got 3 of them, so I can't screw this up. Now, after I cut this, I'm going to try turning the key again just to make sure that this was the deal. Okay. Perfect. No start. That's what we want. So there's the big solder blob I had to cut off. Okay, I'm going to put the other end on the purple end. I'm just going to pop this on here as a test. Yep, that works. Okay. All right. I only have black wire right now, so, but this is going to be pretty easy. When I do it permanent, when I run it under the carpet, I'm going to then use purple wire, just so that, you know, it relates to the wiring diagram better. Okay. I don't think it matters which prong it goes on. So you can see down here on the bottom there's a top prong there, and then underneath in the shade that you might not be able to see is another prong. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to the hardest one first, underneath. Here we go. I'll just tuck this wire down under this way, and when the cover's back over it, it'll just sort of come out underneath the cover here. I don't want it into the track of the seat, obviously. Yeah, I can fish it up underneath the track. Okay, I think I got it. All right. So, up under she goes. There we go. And now I can tuck the whole thing in here. Oh, before I crank all this up, let's see if I'm going to be able to reach over there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure not wasting any wire though. Maybe 6 inches of extra. Luckily I'm on a physical and food program now. Doctor said, I don't like some of your blood work. Go ahead and start eating right. So, fine, I will. This stuff used to exhaust me. Now look at me go. I don't know. I don't know, but the wire, I just saw the wire kind of wrapped around this screw in a way I didn't like. Oh, what are the odds of that? People, I turned the screw right through the wire I just ran up there. Like, how is that even remotely possible? And I got right through the center of it. It must have gone across the hole where the screw goes. And I nailed it. Oh man, I gotta do this all over again. Or just put, I'm just gonna cut this wire and put a new splice in there. Okay, let's fish the second one on there. Okay, now this time I'm going to make so sure I'm nowhere near those screws that you just won't even believe it. A little bit of foam insulation's been added here for, you know, winter driving. Kidding. It's got a little bit of a water leak through the door seals. I bought some new weather stripping. I just haven't had a chance to mess with it. Okay, let's not go crazy on that screw. It seems to be pulling in pretty hard on the plastic. I'll just leave it a little snug there. Might as well run the short one first since it's the scariest one for length here. Up over the steering column. And that's how much I have left to get to there. I mean, that was literally like 6 inches, so perfect. This one has about 14 feet extra. So many things to learn on a custom built car. But in a way they're simpler because you can see how like just another guy did it rather than a factory. What's going on here? What have I done here? It's got itself twisted somehow around another wire, then around another wire. Just pull it. There you go. Yep, cameras are dying. That's it for that one. It's gone. The other one's still running. I'll just get that out of the way. Okay. Now, in park, we should get a kick. Nice. In reverse, nothing. In neutral, should start. Alright, both GoPros died while I was doing that, so hopefully this little cube camera will pick up the rest. I think you saw that it started in neutral. So let's go reverse, neutral, and now drive. And turn the key. Nothing. And let's go more drive. And into race mode. Nothing. Back into park. And starts. Project done. Put it back together. One more thing done for the safety. I know this camera is super shaky, but if you hold it super still, let's take a look at how this works. So it's in park, and it won't move until you lift the thing. So then it goes into reverse, and there's a rod running a cable to the transmission. And, oh, so if you're in reverse, you can just pull it
to drive. It went right past neutral. So let's go back again. Okay, so it's in park. You need to lift it to get into reverse. You can just pull it straight into drive. Skip neutral. Or you can pop it back up to neutral. Neutral and drive, you don't need to lift that. To get into park, you do. Okay, so once it's in park, it's locked in. So now we go, you can see the linkage here. Hopefully, this camera doesn't have a screen on it, but this linkage here runs the switches up here. And so when it's in reverse, right there, it's going to run the one switch that runs the reverse lights. And hopefully I've wiggled those the right way that they still work. Maybe I'll go back and check. Alright, so then neutral and drive, that's where you are most of the time. Now Buddy pulls up beside you in his Charger, and oh, of course you're on the racetrack at the time. And you just drop it down into, you can drop it down into second. So if you're in drive, it won't go down into those lower gears. Now if you want to kick it down, see, but you, oh, I see. So long as you're holding the pin up, it'll only go in to second. It'll only kick down one gear. So you're in third, pull it up and slam it down, you're in second. Let go of that, pull it up again, and you can drop it down into first. Got it. I was wondering about that, because if on the highway I want to kick it down, I don't know if the if it automatically kicked down. But if I want to manually, I was afraid I'd drop it into first by mistake, but you can't. You pull the lever, hold it up, it's only going to go to second. Let go of the lever. Now, you got to pull it up again to go into first. Perfect. Now, when you're in first and you're leaving from the light, you get the RPMs up and you're ready to shift, just pound it forward one time. And that's second. Really? Pound it up again, and that's third. Apparently. Let's try that again. I just want to look at the mechanism down in there. So now you're in first, second, third. Oh yeah, I think we can see the movement on this slide here. So if we put it right back to first, see how it's lined up with that grease line? Kick it one time, now it's in that spot, kick it again, and it's down there. That's how it works. Perfect, okay. And then you're done, you've won, you've collected your money on the side of the road, racetrack, and just put it back into drive, and you're cruising along all happy. Nice. Okay, well, hey, there's nothing like looking at the actual mechanism working to see how this thing works. Pretty simple. I don't really know how it works. There's lots of like machining and things going on in there, and levers going here and there. One more time. You're in first. You leave the line, hitting about $5 grand. Kick it. Well, you know, squawk the tires just a little bit in a second. And now you're hauling butt, and you're going to hit top end, top gear. Hit it one more time, and you're in third. And you're coasting, collecting your cash. And then to get it back up into drive, you have to lift the lever one time, and it clicks in. It'll go into neutral, but it won't go into reverse. Gotta lift it to go into reverse or to park. Got it.